Hello and welcome to another video. I'm Cassidy, and today I want to talk to you about transformation and meditation, and why you might want to consider meditating for yourself, and also maybe some areas that you could potentially meditate on if you decided that you wanted to move forward and meditate. I talked about how meditation could enhance, or how certain things could enhance meditation in my last video. So now I wanted to talk about why you might want to consider meditation and why I started meditating when I think I was 20 years old, now 26, so it's been a little while. But over time I was able to experience different things, so I wanted to share that with you today, and a little bit of where I was at before I started meditating, to let you know that I really did need it and maybe to help you know if you might need it as well. um, so first of all, change was really needed for me emotionally so that I could function as a human being. um, And I mean that in all of the ways. I'll go deeper on this a little bit later. But I also used meditation to physically release grief, pain, and trauma as well. So, and the pain was physical and emotional both. Because some of my traumas were actual physical accidents. So to enhance my focus was another one that was a big reason for me to meditate, because I very much struggle with my focus. So I wanted to enhance my mental capacity, and I first kind of learned how to do that with I think it was Aaron Doughty's candle meditation. And then Jason Stevenson has some really great guided meditations as well. But another reason, and the last reason, is it was to bring feelings of peacefulness and love to surround me when I'd feel alone or stressed. And that one was a huge, huge one for me. Meditation is really important to me because it's important to me in building a relationship with myself, my beliefs, my thought processes. Sometimes it's also just in creating space for myself to feel that love and that peace. I just wrote things down because this topic is really something that I am passionate about, and it can get me a little emotional, and so I can get off topic, and so I just wanted to have some notes here so that I could just read it off of here so I could be quick, concise, and get out of here quickly. Okay, all right. So yes, not only is it important for me to create that space for peace and love sometimes when I'm in stressful situations. It's important to help me discern whether I might be responding emotionally, logically, or illogically in my decision-making processes. And I really think that my personal story can just really share how powerful meditation can be. So I'm not going to go into like gory details, but I am just going to share a little bit if you want to stick around. Yeah, so when I started meditating, the reason why I wanted to originally start meditating was to release anger. I knew that I needed change because I was feeling so many things, okay? There was lots of anger, there was a lot of feelings, but it would switch from like apathy to feelings to apathy to overly feelings. And the reason for that was I had experienced some traumas from age 16 on to 20, both emotional and physical. And they strongly affected me to the point where, I had to kind of retrain myself in many ways how to function in normal situations. I was a very nervous around people. And I had a lot of physical discomfort from my accidents. So that kind of also played into my just not wanting to talk to anybody, wanting to be closed into myself because I was experiencing all of that extra. And then also just, yeah, the emotional effects from some of the traumas that I had experienced. And the biggest one for me was anger. And it was brought on by fear. Some of it was rational and some of it was not rational. So that's where we get back into that discernment and learning how to discern what is rational, what's not rational, what is realistic, what is not, where are these feelings really coming from. That's when we can get into those good questions in meditation and really in mindfulness. So the biggest things for me back then was like I needed to regain trust with women and with men. So I needed to do things outside of meditating to really heal from some of the things that I had experienced. And so I went on a journey with that, and meditation was a big part of just being able to identify what needed to be dealt with. So at that time, I was in a state of extreme depression. I had gone to a psychiatrist, and he said, "Yeah, extreme depression. You're having these symptoms of this and of severe anxiety." And we're not sure if this is ADHD or if it's trauma response. It's really hard to say because they're really similar symptoms. So on top of that, really serious issues. So that's what I came into meditation with, hoping to dispel some of and find balance within my own system. At the time, my roommates, I had just moved in. I moved out of unhealthy relationship, and then I moved in with my cousin Sammy and a friend of mine from high school. Her name's Kiana. They introduced me to the idea of meditation and learning about the chakras when I was in that state, because they could see that I was not okay and that I needed some help, and like I was in therapy and whatnot, but I didn't really feel like it was doing a lot with the certain ones that I was working with. We just weren't good fits, I think. I do think therapy is good in many ways. Like I have a great psychiatrist right now that I talk with, and I like to go and see counselors often for mental health advice to go along with some of the things that I've been studying myself. So yeah, they kind of introduced me into learning about the chakras, and I first found a meditation for releasing anger and balancing energy centers. So, and I found those on YouTube. So, yeah, Jason Stevenson was one of the biggest ones that I can remember that I would listen to. And yeah, my intention was always like looking for meditations for releasing anger, for releasing grief, for balancing the emotions and the energy centers. So that's how I started. And that's also when I started to really understand the connection between the mind and the body in relation to emotions. And it really helped me understand how we can be present with that and clear some things out that maybe aren't helpful, some beliefs or thought processes that might not be helpful. And that led me into Reiki and my shamanic practices and hypnosis even, and indigenous practices of, culture. And it's really my goal right now with all of the information that I have and my life experiences is to just give back and hopefully to help you elevate and transform your life. So I hope that this was helpful. It was a little bit longer. I apologize for that. But yeah, I really think that, we could all learn from each other, and it can be really inspiring to hear other people's stories. So that's why I wanted to share that with you today. And yeah, like I said, I hope it's helpful. I hope you have an amazing day. and enjoy your week. See you in the next video.